Wolves fans, and welcome to Side B of our two-part podcast. Well, I have a confession to make. This is not being recorded on the same day as Side A. It was like 10:30 when we finished the first part, after we finished watching the end of the Summer League Championship.
We were sleepy boys.
So yeah, we were ready to call it a night. But I bring that up because there's been some events that have transpired between that day.
I had a very unfortunate accident. No one's fault but my own. Tuesday nights I play softball. Playing second base, and it was, we were only down by a few runs. So try and make a play that I probably shouldn't have. Pop up to short right field, running back. I tried to call off my right fielder, but I was definitely not going to get to it. Right fielder comes in, slides in, and takes my ankle out, and rolled it. Felt a couple pops. Immediately swole up. Today I got it on ice as we record now, and a little swollen. You saw it. You saw the beautiful colors it was too.
Oh yeah. It's not looking good.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's like
man.
Brett Favre after the NFC Championship.
Oh man, so it's definitely gonna sideline me for a few weeks here for our basketball league and playing golf, and it's a bummer. I might be out for the rest of the summer, but I think it should be, if I take care of it, I know how to take care of it, and hopefully next 4 weeks, man, I can get back out there. Time for playoffs.
Well, I hope.
Wear some ankle braces from here on out, I guess. One thing I know I can't play for a while is volleyball. I'm into beach volleyball or sand volleyball.
Ooh.
And just walking on that unsteady ground is not going to be good for me.
I bet. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, we had a new segment, Athletic Update, and we're less than one episode. I guess we can still do it. It'll just be all about me.
It's all about you.
Unless you want to take up, like, bowling or something. I don't know.
Darts, dude.
Darts. Oh, yeah, dude. Work on
darts.
your dart game.
Yeah.
That's something you can
do. No, but I'm still wanting to. We'll see if I end up doing it, but I wanted to at least go to the game. Our basketball game this Sunday. Maybe like ref or something, or not ref. Keep score. Run the board and
that'd
keep
be
track
nice.
fouls.
Actually,
like that, just so I have something to do.
It'd be fun.
Except it is at 8:30. So
it's a late one.
I might skip that one.
Oh, man. I don't blame you for that one. But all right, let's get into the meat of our part 2 podcast.
Yeah, and if you missed part 1, hopefully you didn't, and you'd be confused if you have. But part 1, we kind of broke down all the free agency reactions, free agency moves that happened this off season here in 2019, and it's good stuff. Go ahead and check it out now, and come on back and join us for our T-Wolves takes on this free agency season that we're going to talk about now.
Mm-hmm. So in the grand scheme of things, the Wolves didn't really do that much.
Yeah, or lack thereof moves.
Yeah,
their T-Wolves. Yeah.
But here's a quick kind of breakdown of the transactions for Wolves. So players that we lost: Taj Gibson signed with the Knicks, Derrick Rose signed with the Pistons, Tyus Jones signed an offer sheet with the Grizzlies, which we did not match. And then Anthony Tolliver signed with the Blazers. And I think like Luol Deng and a couple other guys are still out there. But I haven't, they're just unsigned. It'd be cool to get Luol Deng back.
It would?
Sure, yeah. I'd take at the minimum. Why not?
Would?
Yeah. Dude, he was not too bad for the last 20 games of last year when I guess nothing mattered, but yeah, looking at that list of players we lost, that's a lot of good guys, a lot of depth of just veteran guys that that know what they're doing.
Sure. I mean, that was our whole second unit pretty much
Yeah.
towards the end of the season. I mean, bench just got wiped basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Like even like Jared Bayless, who I mean, obviously we're gonna let him go. We weren't gonna re-sign him, which actually we might kind of need him now. I don't have a lot of point guards. I think it's just Teague still, and then Shabazz Napier, who is one of the guys we picked up. So in terms of the guys we added, we did not have any cap space, which we talked about a little bit before in one of our previous podcasts. So we were kind of limited to just either sign in trades or minimum contracts or using our exceptions. And we didn't really even use a lot of our exceptions. There's just a lot of minimums. So Jake Layman, we signed from the Blazers, 3-year contract. Could be kind of a fun guy to have.
I can't say I know too much about him, other than wasn't he like the only white guy on the Blazers?
Yeah, well, they did have Nurkic and Cantor.
Okay,
they got that. Those don't count though.
Cantor's not a white guy, is he?
Cantor, sure, I guess. He's from Turkey. He's Turkish, I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
that counts. But they're big men, so those are common.
Yeah,
a white guy wing. That's pretty rare.
You better be a shooter.
He's not really. I think he shot like 32% from 3 last year. But he's like super athletic. Apparently he's got a 40-inch vertical, so he's like the anti-white guy.
He's the Dante DiVincenzo before there was Dante DiVincenzo.
Oh man, I love Dante DiVincenzo.
Is he still in the Bucks?
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
he actually, I think he like played decent minutes for them in the playoffs.
I fell in love with him in the national championship game.
Oh yeah,
He had a two-handed block against.
Oh yeah,
do you remember?
Right.
Oh man, he had a couple blocks in that game and just out rebounding other centers and stuff like that. It's like, who's this white ginger tossing up these?
Oh yeah,
like 30-foot threes, And
that was crazy.
Yeah, I would kill for him on our team.
But yeah,
how come? Okay, sorry to interrupt. How come when I go on Basketball Reference, our roster right now is Gorgie, Jeff Teague, Andrew Wiggins, Covington, Okogie, Diop, Cat, and Culver. There's none of those free agents.
That's it?
Officially on our roster.
Oh, okay. I don't know. They must just not have updated it, I guess. Yeah, because all those guys just became official like within the last week, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another really weird thing. Like, just with signings and stuff, like you sign a guy and then he doesn't, like, none of the Wolves Twitter or social media or anything can say anything about it until the moratorium ends. So like a week later, then they start posting out all the tweets and stuff. It's like really weird. It's like, yeah, we know. Especially with like these smaller signings where no one really cares that much. Like if it was like a big dude, then it'd be kind of fun to like actually have the press conferences and stuff. Because that's what's going on now is all the introductory press conferences, which are always fun. So getting back to the list of players we got. So Jake Layman, a wing from the Blazers. Jordan Bell, we got on a minimum, I believe, from Golden State.
Bringing in guy with a ring. Show us how to get there.
Championship pedigree.
Yeah,
championship. 2 rings?
I'm actually looking at it right now. So the 2017-2018 Golden State Warriors, he was on that roster. And they won the 2018
because this was
championships.
Yeah.
But when I go back to 2016, 2017, he's not on that team.
2016-17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But, well, they just won 3 out of 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, they lost this one, and then before that,
They won 3 out of 5.
3 out of... Yeah, if you don't count this one, it'd be 3 out of 4, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cavs... did they win 3 in a row? Wait.
Mm-mm. They won one.
A brain fart.
They won one.
Oh, yeah. Beat
then
the Cavs. Lost to the Cavs.
And they won 2 in a row.
Beat the...
Spurs. No, not Spurs.
No.
The...
What?
Let me see.
Who did they beat? Why are we like... This is bad.
Oh, my gosh.
Because it was Cavs Warriors 4 times in a row. And they won. I suppose they just won 3 out of 4 of those. Yeah, out of those 4. They beat the Cavs, lost to the Cavs, beat the Cavs, beat the Cavs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I was like, who is that other team from the East? But it was just the Cavs just every time.
Yeah.
Gosh, so weird. I'm glad to be done with that. Cavs Warriors. That's run its course. Okay.
They were pretty good though.
So next dude, Shabazz Napier and Travion Graham we got from the Brooklyn Nets in, I believe that was part of the trade, like the Durant D'Angelo trade, like sign and trade. The Nets had to dump some guys off to a third party.
Instead of giving us D'Lo, they just gave us
yeah,
just the scraps.
The irony of being involved in that deal and getting these 2 players.
We feel bad for them because they didn't get our guy, so let's give them a couple bench players.
Yeah, but I don't know anything about Travion Graham. I don't think he'll do much, but could be wrong. Shabazz Napier did play some big minutes for the Blazers and the
peaked
Nets.
In college.
Yeah, he was the UConn guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think he was on the team when both the men and women won the championship.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Sure, I remember that.
Yeah.
You know what I think he's probably most famous for is LeBron tweeting that the Heat should draft Shabazz Napier.
Oh, and then didn't he leave right at?
Yeah, and then he left. Yeah,
right back. Yeah,
I think they drafted him too. Yeah, if I remember right. Yeah,
Napier played for the Heat.
He's like, oh, how does this dude falling so far in the first round or whatever? Better pick him up, and then they drafted him, and then he was terrible.
Yeah,
but he's definitely serviceable now. Another guy that can shoot a little bit, so that's good. And the last guy on here is Noah Vonleh, who has kind of bounced around the league as well. He last played for the Knicks, averaging about 8 points and some other stats that I can't remember.
Or are necessary.
Yeah. I guess he's kind of deemed the Taj Gibson replacement.
Okay.
But he has like 0 offensive game. He can't shoot and he can't post up, but he's a big dude that's young and athletic still. So,
well, I mean,
nothing to be too excited about.
Did Taj really have too much of an offensive presence? It was more just like up and unders and like jump hooks.
Yeah.
And just taking his turn. It wasn't really like we had to set anything up for him. He just kind of said, it's my turn. I'm going to shoot.
I feel like he just kind of surprised me. Like, because when we first got him, he just had like the stereotypical like defensive effort guy. And then like every now and then he'd whip out like a really nice up and under or just like some smooth footwork and be like, oh, Taj.
Yeah.
Don't do him like that.
I think he's, you know what? Funny story. When we first got Taj, I think because what was the really good Derrick Rose Bulls team? Who was on that team? That would have been like
2011.
Something like that. Yeah. So Taj would have been on that team.
Yeah.
It would have been Derrick, Taj.
Luol Deng.
Was Carlos Boozer on that team?
He might have been off by then.
Because I don't know what it was.
Maybe he was on that team.
Because he's bald, right? Bald and had a beard.
Yeah, well, he's got like painted on hair.
Oh yeah. Okay. Because when I first thought Taj was coming to our team, I was like, oh, it's that guy from the Bulls with the 2 shooting sleeves. Do you remember Carlos Boozer used to have?
He had
like
2 shooting sleeves?
Yeah, he would have shooting sleeves on both his arms or something.
I did not remember
And
that.
I used to think, and I was like, oh, you know what? He's pretty good. Because Carlos Boozer was all right.
Yeah, he's decent back in the day.
Yeah, and then was kind of disappointed when I was like, oh, it's the other guy.
Yeah, the other power forward from Chicago. I think they had Corver back then too.
Corver?
Yeah, they had some good players. And a bunch of other random people.
Joakim Noah.
Oh yeah, he's good.
And he was good.
Washed up now, but we could use him maybe. We don't have might be better than Gorgie Jang.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. My overall reaction is just kind of a holding period after we swung and missed on D'Lo. Because it seems like that's just what the idea of this franchise is now. Like, we're just gonna go and get the best. Like, we're gonna swing for the fences and try and get D'Lo or Jimmy Butler or whatever. Like, that's just what Rosas is gonna do, which is smart because you need multiple superstars to do anything. But there's not really any available right now, so I don't really know what we're gonna do. It's gonna be more of a sit and wait, I feel like. So just these signings of like really low risk, low money is just kind of like, yeah, we need to fill out the roster. These guys have some potential, and they're not gonna ruin our team or whatever. Yeah.
Well, and I feel like what you said about Rosas wanting to swing for the fences for these big guys. Like D'Lo, like, he had a great season, but that would have been like maybe a triple, definitely a double.
Yeah, not a home run.
It's not a home run.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's going to be extremely difficult to make someone want to sign here unless it means they can get a ton of money. But because we like Jimmy Butler wanted to sign with us probably because he saw an opportunity to where, I could get a max contract.
And he wanted to play with Tibbs, so yeah.
Right, and I do think that once like Cat got his big payday and Jimmy kind of realized he was going to be third fiddle behind Wiggins' contract and Cat's contract, that he just wanted out. So I think it's really unattractive for these free agents that want, hey, I want my money, I want to get paid, but I got to sit behind these 2 huge contracts. Maybe once Wiggins gets off our payroll, then we can kind of open a new discussion about whoever's going to be the next big thing. But it's, I mean, we can try and swing for the fences all we want, but it's not going to happen unless we get some kind of change in our environment and our like system. I don't know. Yeah. Like,
I get what you're saying. Like, you want to be an organization where people want to go. You want to be attractive, like the Nets or the Clippers. Granted, they're both huge markets, so that helps a lot.
Yeah.
But they made really smart moves, and they have really smart ownership and management, and they've been compiling assets and making smart moves the past couple of years, and they put themselves in place to land those big dudes and make them more attractive. So I mean, I definitely think the Wolves could try and be like OKC, maybe, because that's a small market.
Sell.
So,
is that what you mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, just like in terms of like, think of how many good players they've had on their team over like their short life. And that's just all out of their GM just making really smart trades, besides the Harden trade.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they had Paul George, trades and draft picks. Like, they just made the best out of their situation. KD, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, Oladipo.
I like Steven Adams.
Steven Adams. Yeah, a lot of good players.
Nerlens Noel.
Nerlens Noel, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
Do you remember that when he got knocked out by Andrew Wiggins?
I think I do.
That?
I think I do remember that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I felt so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, luckily he's okay.
Dude's like 6'10" and he weighs probably $180.
Yeah.
At least when he entered the league.
Yeah, I don't know what. I think he's still on OKC. Maybe he might have resigned. But yeah, so are you kind of thinking the same thing as me then? Just kind of
about how I feel about our
just the general what happened over the last 2 weeks.
I can't knock him because there's just not enough. There wasn't enough to work with there. I think this season, if we make the playoffs, that's a win in my book, And who knows, maybe like trade deadline comes around and there's some offers on the table that we can, make a better run or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is just going to be, just a kind of like, I'll see what I get kind of season. Like I'll take what I can get. I don't have too many huge expectations going into the year. I mean, I feel like last year we had such a good thing to build off of, and then all that drama started, and then we were like, okay, this is gonna be a train wreck. But I guess I don't feel as much like promise and hope for a potentially good season. I don't know if that starts with free agency or if that starts with just like the guys that we already have. But it's just, I guess, that's just how I feel. Yeah, it could also be that I busted my ankle and I'm feeling down on life for a little bit.
The painkillers are taking effect.
Being a Debbie Downer.
Yeah. No, that's I don't know. It is really weird. Like last year there was just so much going on and so much to talk about. And now it's just kind of like, we got Cat, still got Wiggins, he still sucks. Got a couple
See if
guys.
Rocco can stay healthy for more than 20 games.
I guess it'll be fun to watch Culver.
Yeah,
it's really weird. I wasn't that excited about Culver. Like I was thinking about it. Like in the past, if we had a top 7 pick, I'd be like so hyped about them. Yeah. I'd be like watching their highlights nonstop. Mm-hmm. But I was just kind of like, I just didn't really have that same hype for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm really, one thing, top of my list, I'm looking forward to watching this year is the development of Josh Okogie.
Okay, I like that.
I really like watching him play. I love when players play good defense because I could never do it. Even though I had a sick block in our last game.
Yeah, you did.
No, but I mean,
it's full hand.
But he plays like some of the best on-ball defense that most of these teams see in a while. Not used to it. And
you always just root for a guy who tries so hard.
He just works hard. Yeah, he just works hard.
You just want him to get it all to work together.
So I'm wanting him to have like a 30-some point game, just where he just goes off.
That'd be so sick.
Yeah, like it's like 5 steals that game or something. He just has. Maybe he works in the starting lineup or something too, just like on a consistent basis instead of Culver, because we got your projected T-Wolves lineup right now, and you got Culver starting in at shooting guard.
I do, yeah.
And I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, you think they'll settle down?
I think Okogie will start.
Oh, really? Ooh, I like that prediction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, Ryan Saunders, I think, being a young guy, he resonates with the young guys, and he knows how hard he works, and he knows that even if he might not be whatever kind of offensive spark that Culver might be, he makes up for it on defense for sure. He's Andrew Wiggins, balance,
Yeah.
And I guess we just don't know that much about Culver. When has a rookie? I mean, I feel like it's been a long time since we've just like flat out started a rookie.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, Cat, maybe. Did we start Cat?
Yeah, probably Cat and Wiggs. They both.
I mean, those were
started.
number 1 overall picks.
Yeah,
so we had to, right?
And we sucked really bad.
So it's like, why not?
Yeah, like even Rubio didn't start right away. He kind of, I think maybe, I think he came off the bench in his first game. Yeah. I don't even know like who else. We haven't really gotten that many super high picks besides like Okogie was 20, Gorgie was. That was a long time ago. Gorgie's an old man now. You gotta use that.
He was an old man.
Filter.
He was an old man when he got drafted.
When he got drafted, is he like one of those guys who's actually like 27 when he says his birth certificate is? That's why he's so bad lately. Yeah, maybe. But what? Okay, so what would you give as a grade for this off season? We got to grade it out.
N/A.
NA?
Non-applicable.
Okay. I like that. That's fair. Yeah, I was thinking about giving it an actual grade, but I like NA a lot.
Well, let's talk it out. What was the grade you were thinking about giving them?
I was gonna go B-.
B-. So you passed.
Because I like the guys we brought in, and I like the fact that they're all very low money, so low risk. Only like one of the contracts is multiple years too.
Okay.
But one thing that I heard on a podcast this afternoon, or on my way home from work actually, that was kind of interesting was Dane Moore. I don't know if you're familiar with Dane Moore. But he's works for the Timberwolves now as a reporter. But he was talking about the strategy that Gerson Rosas is going to use going forward. And so like with all these minimum signings, like these guys on low contracts for 1 year, like what if Jordan Bell like plays really well, and then he's a free agent, and then he's just gonna demand more money, and we just won't even re-sign him because that's not going to be our strategy. We want to get a couple really good players first, and then get the big names, then sign like a bunch of minimum guys. So it's like, what's the point of these signings? Like, because everyone's talking about like, oh, they're all so young, they have a lot of potential, but if they play well and we don't re-sign them, then what's the point? So
yeah,
that's kind of why.
So you're saying like, why not sign Jordan Bell to a 3-year contract?
Yeah.
On the off chance he is good, and then we can keep him on a smaller contract, because if you sign him to a 3-year deal right now, it's probably going to be less money in the contract than if he like has a good season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like even just like 2 years.
But that see what what that is. You're thinking that our staff has competency that can see potential in someone, and that's not going to work.
Yeah.
With free agents, at least.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Because I don't know, you put Jake Layman, Jordan Bell, Shabazz Napier in a hat. I mean, like that. I mean, it's random on which one is going to have a breakout season and end up having us having to pay them more money.
Yeah, you never really know.
No idea.
Like who's going to fit well in the system. I mean, ideally all of them do,
right?
But yeah, just depends on what the market is too. So yeah, I think that's kind of why I was leaning more towards NA as well, because it's basically, to me, it's just like, all right, well, we lost this year on the move we were trying to make, so we just got to get enough guys to fill out the roster.
Maybe we could argue they have a B- for some of the moves they didn't make. Like,
that's true.
Thank you for not going all in on Chris Paul, or or like making a huge mistake on somebody or something like that. And I'm okay that we passed on D'Lo. I wasn't too sold on it, so it's like I personally would give him a good grade for not going all out for that guy.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, because I would hate to see them tie up a bunch of money into the future into a guy who's not going to be, it's just like another Wiggins.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we'll both go. I can't speak. We'll both go with NA on that one. And I think that wraps up our basketball. Oh wait, no, I spoke too soon. So our last basketball discussion before we get into my favorite part of this podcast, which is going to be my review of Jupiter Ascending. Yes. Finally,
I am so pumped for this, dude.
But we're gonna warm you up first, because we're it's been kind of quiet. It's, somber like the Wolves off season. So we're gonna warm up first with some nuclear takes.
Nuclear takes. Oh, yeah. Let's go. All right, Alec, what you got? All right. You want me to go first?
You can go first. I saw one of your takes, and I liked it.
Do you like it?
Well, let me preface this first.
Okay.
So everybody knows about hot takes. They're hot takes. They're controversial. They're out there.
Stephen A. Smith,
very
Max
polarizing.
Kellerman, they're great at hot takes.
So we're taking it a step further.
Yeah.
It's not hot. It's not burning. It's nuclear.
It's Chernobyl.
It's
nuclear.
Chernobyl-esque. So, yeah, that's just a preface.
We're just going to try and go above and beyond what like a normal hot take is, and take it a step further and just totally buy into it.
So don't be offended if your skin starts to flake off your body.
Don't touch the graphite, dude.
Don't touch it.
We're trying to, pour some concrete on this thing from afar. We don't want to get in right. Okay.
Yeah.
See Chernobyl. It's a great series. Okay. My nuclear take. So starting this off, hot. 15,000 Rontgen hot. The Brooklyn Nets are going to turn out exactly like the 2013-2014 Brooklyn Nets. That team had the potential with KG, Paul Pierce, Darren Williams. Okay? Remember, they made these trades, they made these moves to bring in these huge big names to revive the New York scene of basketball. We're going to go big or go home with these guys. Granted, they were maybe a little bit older than what Kyrie and what KD are, but like KD's coming off of an Achilles injury, okay? And Kyrie, so KD won't be the same. He's going to be great. I can't knock that, but it's going to change, whether how he plays or how he approaches the game, whatever it is, he's going to be different. Whether that's a better, different, whatever, we're not going to know. And Kyrie showed in Boston that he can't be a team player. I mean, I'm just going to flat out say that he's not. He wanted to be the guy in Boston. He left Cleveland and wanted to show that he can do this on his own, right? And he showed that he can't be a team player. His team was much better without him. With Terry Rozier and
Scary Terry,
Jaylen Brown were kind of running the show in the playoffs. It kind of got messed up when he came back into town. So I don't think with Kyrie showing, or this being his team, he's going to get so much criticism this year without KD, and then I think just going into next year with this low confidence, and he's just going to be a shell of himself and just dribble way too much and just never pass it. I don't know. It's my hot take, man. I think Kyrie's on the downslope, and KD's not going to be the same guy. And this Nets thing is going to be a 500 team.
Wow. All right. I like it. We're off to a nuclear start already.
Nuclear start, dude. That's my take, man.
All
well,
right.
and it, and this take might take a while to pay off, right? Because we got to wait till the end of this year, see what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they squeak in the playoffs or something like that. But then we have to see what happens the year after when KD comes back and what that situation is going to be like.
Yeah. I feel like we definitely have to revisit these takes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if we're still going to be doing this in 2 years, but if we are, we're definitely revisiting it. Now, my take is going to pan out or could pan out a lot faster than that. So we can definitely revisit it.
Okay.
Have you heard of a guy named Zion Williamson?
Oh, okay. I like where this is going.
Have you heard of a guy named Anthony Bennett?
Oh, yeah.
I think that Zion Williamson is out of shape. He's going to continue to be out of shape even when he enters the NBA. He is going to go down as the biggest draft bust in the history of the NBA.
Man, can you imagine? Dude, can you imagine? Because, that has been floating around, this whole, like, he's out of shape. That's why he's not playing Summer League. And even Coach K said that he's out of shape. And, dude, what if he's just a flat-out bust?
Yeah.
I can't imagine, dude. There's been so much hype. Even,
Yeah. Best prospect since LeBron.
Right.
Think if LeBron busted. That's basically if you drafted LeBron and he busted.
Man.
Now, I do want to save a little bit of face on this. I mean, it is a nuclear take.
Very nuclear.
I do believe that Zion Williamson is good.
Yeah.
But majority of this take is based on the fact that he's just never going to get in shape. And that he will either get injured or just won't. It just never develop correctly as an NBA player. Because we've never really seen someone that with this like body type. There's no architect for Zion.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, nice.
So we don't know. I mean,
a lot of NBA 2K player, and you can't.
Yeah,
you can't choose his type.
He breaks the mold, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess we'll just have to find out. Mm-hmm. I'm probably going to look like a complete fool in about 3 months, but
and I think I can speak for both of us. We want him to succeed because the NBA is better with him.
Of course, in it. And I love Zion. I think he's a great player, and I love watching him.
Yeah,
but no, never mind.
But
he sucks. He's going to be the biggest bust.
Yeah.
Forget all that stuff, that good stuff I said about him. This is nuclear takes.
Nuclear takes.
This is a separate. Mm-hmm. It's an entity of the podcast. It's an entity of itself. Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you say you had one more, or did you want to maybe save it?
I don't. But okay. I just wanted to. I was just curious as I was researching this Brooklyn Nets hot take. Can you guess? So in the 2013-2014 season, that was the season they acquired the big three, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me the top 2 points per game leaders on that team?
On the Nets team?
Mm-hmm.
Of that first year that they got like KG and Paul Pierce and
how much?
And how much?
And like how many points per game do you think?
Oh God. Joe Johnson.
He's second.
Oh yes. I'm gonna say he averaged 17.
He averaged 15.8.
Ooh, oh my gosh.
Good guess. That's a good guess.
Okay.
Can you get the number 1?
Number 1. Darren Williams.
Mm-mm.
Was he on that team?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I got
Darren,
that right.
Yeah, so like Darren Williams, Paul Pierce, and KG were going to be like the
that was the big three, kind of. Yeah. Okay. Jason Terry.
Mm-mm.
No.
He averaged 4.5 points a game.
Okay.
Played 35 games.
I have another one.
So this is a little bit cheating because this player only played 17 games.
Oh, well, that's not fair. Brooke Lopez. Oh, I got it right anyways. Yeah. Yes. I knew he was on that team.
Brooke Lopez.
He could score the freaking ball.
Mm-hmm.
He got injured, though, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. But KG averaged 6.5 points per game.
Oh, my gosh.
Paul Pierce averaged 13 points per game.
Okay. That's not terrible.
I don't know. For how much they gave away for that and how big that whole thing was with them in Boston, like, you better be getting a better return than a combined 19 points per game.
That's just crazy. Like, just to think about, like, how old and bad. I mean, they weren't terrible. Mm-hmm. They're still smart players, but man, just not good. Mm-hmm. And then their owner decided 2 years later, I don't really like to pay the luxury tax, so let's trade all of our good players. Mm-hmm. Let's get off all this money and tank. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that didn't work out too well.
Sorry.
So yeah, I think that was a successful nuclear takes segment. Hopefully that is a recurring segment over the season. We'll just have to see if anything's brewing, if the levels start to rise again above a certain point. That
we start running safety tests that we are not prepared for.
I know.
You got to watch it.
I haven't watched it. But,
you got to watch it.
You know, it'll be interesting. All right, so now we'll move on to I'm sure the segment Dan is most excited for.
Yes.
I've been working tirelessly.
Yes.
To somehow.
I told you it had to be good. It has to be a thorough, breakdown of this film.
Well, let me just bring the listeners back to the beginning here, depending on how long you've been listening to the podcast. So back at the beginning of last season, me and Dan made a bet on the Lakers over/under. I bet over, 48.5 wins?
I bet the under, and you challenged me.
Oh, I challenged you. Okay.
And you were like, dude, that's such a dumb take. You're an idiot. Oh my God, do you even call yourself a basketball fan? No.
Get off this podcast.
So I bet the under, and you're like, oh, really? Dude, I'll make a wager on that. And I said, let's do it. What do you want to do? And we said we come up with a payoff. We didn't come up with it until after the bet was completed.
But yeah, so it was for me to watch a really bad movie that Dan chose for me. And there just so happened to be a terrible movie on HBO, which we have a subscription for. Mm-hmm. It's called Jupiter Ascending. I think I watched it the last day it was on HBO. I was just holding out as long as I possibly could.
Mm-hmm. So to give you some, background, Jupiter Ascending is a action adventure sci-fi movie. Came out in 2015 with headliners like Channing Tatum, Mila Kunis, Sean Bean, who is in Game of Thrones, right?
Yep.
Ned
the head lost his head.
There is that's pretty much it for like the big names, I think.
Yeah.
I forget who it was produced by or something like that, but
oh God, I don't know.
No,
I think I remember seeing the opening credits or whatever, and it was like somebody big, and I was like, wow. They did not do that. Like, this movie's terrible.
From the creators of the Matrix trilogy.
Oh my gosh. See, I knew it. It was somebody. How could they do this? Are you sure? Are you just making stuff up?
No, I'm serious.
Okay. Oh man.
I'm trying to read the fine print, but Village Roadshow Pictures. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
somebody.
This film has a 5.3 rating on IMDb.
Really, that high?
5.3 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
You think so?
That's pretty good.
Okay. All
from
right.
what I would have rated it, which I'll give my rating at the end.
Okay.
But okay, before I get into this, I just want to say you're gonna have to hold some judgment because this movie was so disjointed and made absolutely no sense in the first hour and a half that writing a competent review that flows chronologically was not really possible.
Okay.
So I have some notes down here, but
Okay.
like the first note, it just says that damn telescope. that's
your first note.
Yep.
Okay.
Because that's all I got out of about the first 15 minutes.
The damn telescope.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So let me tell you about this telescope.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie starts with a young couple. They're living in like Germany or something, or some foreign country.
This is set in the future?
No, it's set in current day.
Current, okay. Present day.
So I don't even understand what was happening, but the wife was like, the husband was like an astrologer or something.
And this is not Channing Tatum.
No.
Okay.
No. He doesn't come in for a while. I'll talk about Channing Tatum.
Okay.
So these are the parents of Jupiter. That's the main character's name.
Okay.
Is Jupiter, and I forget what her last name is, but it's not ascending, if you're wondering. So basically, long story short, this couple meets in Germany. The dude is an astrologer, and he has this telescope that he is like his prized possession. And for some reason, the police barge into their house and try to like take, or I think they're getting robbed. It was very unclear if it was like a police raid or a robbery. It was just very confusing.
Okay.
It was just loud noises and
house.
people coming in their house and yelling things in languages I don't know.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say we'll go with robbery, because that's we'll be nice to the police.
Mm-hmm.
So they take all this crap, and they're trying to take the telescope, and they shoot the dad. Because he like tries to save the telescope.
It's like, not my telescope.
So he dies.
Wow.
And then we cut to the woman riding on a boat to America, presumably. I don't know if this is the Mayflower or.
So this was back in time.
No, I'm just kidding. It was like this is like 2010.
Okay.
And she's pregnant, and she has the baby on international waters.
Wow.
And she names the baby Jupiter because of astrology.
She's in the
stuff.
water, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the main character. That's Mila Kunis is Jupiter.
She's born.
She's born on the water, lives, and then we cut like 20 years later.
Obviously.
To Jupiter cleaning toilets with her family. She's a maid in New York City, or maybe it was I think it was Chicago actually. There were one interesting sidebar. That one thing I liked about this movie was the shots of the city were actually very impressive.
Okay.
That was like the whole 5-star rating right there. It's just like the aerial shots.
Good film work by the cameraman.
Yeah, so she's cleaning toilets, and
not living her best life, obviously.
She's like super pissed about her life situation, and she's trying to buy this telescope online because it's like the same telescope her dad had, and she doesn't have enough money to do it because they're pretty poor, and she decides she's going to go into gives like some eggs away or something, like her own eggs donate them to like a sperm bank or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to make money. So when she's doing that, she goes under an alias of some lady she knows, like she works for. And I think before that, we did cut to space for about 30 seconds. And there was a conversation being had between an alien and some people who are very strange looking. The costume design was not very good in this movie.
So the aliens looked weird. What do the aliens look like?
Where there's these giant...
Do they look human?
No.
No, not at all.
There's these giant lizard people that are pretty great. They're actually kind of cool looking. And then there's like they don't even really explain, like, I really want you to watch like the first half hour, because you'll have no idea what's happening. It's just like cutscene here, cutscene there,
Oh my god.
Here's space, here's cleaning toilets, here's a telescope. So before the toilet, or before the egg donation, they talk about there's this shadowy figure talking about getting such and such, which is the lady. She goes under the alias. It's the same person that Mila Kunis is impersonating, and these aliens are trying to like kidnap her for some reason. So she goes to get her eggs taken out, and then all of a sudden some aliens pop up, and she's like levitating, and she's gonna be like killed or something. I don't know what's going on. Just like some weird aliens pop up out of nowhere. And then Channing Tatum shows up, and he's riding like this like hover skateboard type thing. It's like Back to the Future. I don't even know.
Yeah, just like swooping in to save the day.
Yeah. And I gotta say, they made Channing Tatum look really ugly in this movie.
Really?
Yeah, so apparently he's like half werewolf, half person or something. But, so he's got pointy ears, and he's got really beady eyes. But they gave him like the weirdest facial hair ever. It was like a goatee, but it was like dyed blonde. And then his hair was dyed like dark brown. It looked so ugly. It was so bad.
What if that's actually his own facial? Like
he just decided to look like that.
Channing Tatum never has facial hair.
Yeah, he's always clean shaven.
He's always clean shaven.
So not a good look.
I'm gonna grow it out for this film.
So he comes in, saves her from the bad aliens, whatever. I also wrote down that he's wearing eyeliner, which doesn't look great.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed the fact that Jupiter goes by Jupe for short.
Jupe?
Yeah, that's their like nickname.
Hey, what up, Jupe?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Amazing. So he saves her and takes her into space, where things get even more confusing. Basically, I'm just gonna skip to the part that I understood, kind of. So basically, the plot of the movie is finally unveiled in about the last half hour. Also, there's a scene where she can control bees for some reason.
Huh.
I don't know why.
Honeybees.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So, she is... Okay, yeah, so let me get to the main plot, and then I'll explain why she can do that, apparently. So, there's these people in space, and you know how you harvest crops to eat?
Sure.
And farmers grow crops, they sell their crops, make a profit off of it.
Makes the world go round.
So these people in space, they have come up with a way to take other life forms and harvest them and extract like DNA or something, and then they use that DNA to make themselves live forever and stay young forever.
Okay.
So
Space pirates searching for fountain of youth.
yes. So it turns out that the Earth is one of the best crops in the universe.
Oh.
And one of the main big bad guys has inherited the Earth from his father or something. And he wants to harvest all the humans on the Earth to create this potion or whatever that they in turn sell to people around the galaxy and get super uber rich on. And they use themselves to live forever.
Okay.
So Jupe.
And we find that out in the last 30 minutes of the show.
Yep.
Okay.
Out of the 2.5 hours that it is or whatever it is. So it starts to kind of make sense at that point. But Jupe is apparently like a reincarnation of this dude's mother or something.
Who's
like
which dude?
So the really bad dude who inherited the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I don't really understand why, but if he marries her, he gets like full rights to the Earth, like he inherits everything. I have no idea why. It's very strange. Because she's like apparently his mother now, just reincarnated. And they don't really explain that at all.
Okay.
Maybe they did and I just missed it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I promise I was trying really hard to pay attention. Because honestly, going into it, I was thinking actually I might like it. Because I kind of like random sci-fi
you're
movies.
A big movie guy. You like going to movies. You go to random obscure movies.
Yeah, even if they're bad, like I'll just be like, oh, that was interesting.
Serenity.
It was weird. Yeah. Oh yeah. Serenity is sick.
Yeah.
Wait, did you see that one?
No, you just told me about it.
Dang it. I wish you'd been to that one. But yeah, I still hated it. So he tries to marry her. She also falls in love with Channing Tatum along the way.
Of course.
Over the course of that hour that I just kind of skipped because things transpired that
don't make sense.
Don't make sense. Yeah, very irrelevant.
Okay.
Very dragged out, however you want to say that. And so in the end, basically Channing Tatum, in the half man of himself, saves her from marrying this person. I believe he kills him. I don't remember actually now. He probably does.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there
please?
Is there a home base on Jupiter? Do they go to Jupiter?
I think they.
Why is Jupiter in the background
of the movie?
Of the movie picture.
Oh. Actually, I think there might be like a base on Jupiter. Okay. That might be where like
what
the bad people live, I think.
And what's the point of her name being Jupiter?
I don't know.
Jupiter ascending is all about Jupiter
going up.
Jube.
Realizing
that she can control bees.
Mm-hmm.
and that she shouldn't marry someone.
Yeah. So
to save the Earth.
Yeah. So I think her ascension is really that she owns the Earth by the end of the movie.
Okay.
Because she is this reincarnated version of this dude's mother.
Yeah.
She apparently she just owns the Earth. That's the end of the movie is
this is mine.
Yeah, but somehow she still manages to go back to cleaning toilets.
Oh,
but she gets to hang out with Channing Tatum.
Okay.
And she owns the Earth. And there is a pretty good battle scene near the end where they're all kind of duking it out in this like plant, like power plant where they harvest all the humans and stuff. They almost harvest her family. That was kind of interesting. I even wrote that down. That's the very last thing I wrote. I said, so she owns the earth, but is still good with cleaning toilets. ...
Huh.
That was my last takeaway. Also, I wrote Mila Kunis is bad because her acting was very bad. Okay. Ned Stark was good. He had a minor role.
Was he a bad guy?
He was like a cop, basically. He's like a police cop.
Sure.
He's a good guy.
Space
cop, yeah.
Space cop.
He's a good dude.
Okay. Can I
Did I say police cop?
Yeah.
Nice.
Can I read some of the IMDb user reviews to you and just see if you
Sure.
I agree or so this one is titled Everything That Is Wrong with Cinema Today is Seen in This Movie.
Okay.
This movie feels like it was written by a 10-year-old girl hooked on drugs. Cardboard characters are so undeveloped they should have stayed in the author's womb for a few more months / years.
Oh man.
Bad acting.
Yep.
Nothing substantial in this movie. Blah blah blah. The other one I liked. This guy title his review as "Total Crap."
Yep.
And his review says warning spoilers. So he goes, guys, this movie was a joke. It seemed they took all the extra costumes from Flash Gordon, the CG from any Transformer movie, and screenwriting from The Last Starfighter. I don't know what that is. And a couple other things I don't know. He's like, basic breakdown. Act 1. Kidnap plus rescue plus Channing Tatum on magic roller skates.
Oh, roller skates. That's what it is.
Plus
that was so weird. How did I not write that down?
And then Act 2 is kidnap plus rescue plus Channing Tatum on magic roller skates.
Yes,
overacting.
The roller skates. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Act 3 is kidnap plus rescue plus Mila Kunis on magic roller skates.
Yep. Yeah. She basically gets kidnapped like 5 times by Channing Tatum, by multiple villains, by her family. I don't know. It was definitely a punishment.
What a horrible waste of time this movie sounds like.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I made you suffer through it.
Yeah, it was definitely. I even was drinking a beer and I still didn't enjoy it.
Still didn't.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can't say that your glowing review has convinced me to go out of my way to watch it, but maybe there is a small part of me because I love sci-fi, dude. I can get behind sci-fi, but if sci-fi is bad, then it's bad. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to.
Well, even there's even like sci-fi that's trying to be bad. Like Sharknado.
Yeah.
And that's even good too.
Yeah,
I like that. A lot of people
that's fine.
hate that, but I like it.
It's like whatever. They're not trying that hard.
This is like they're trying and it's still bad. Mm-hmm. It is just really cringy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I think I speak for everyone that we thank you for that glowing review.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah. It was a little longer than it needed to be, but that's how the movie was too. So
Exactly.
Well, all right. I think. Do you have any last words for this podcast? Because that about wraps it up. Unless you have
I don't think so.
something you need to get off your chest.
I don't know. I don't know when the next time we'll talk to our listeners here. We'll come up with something. Maybe something big will pop up. But yeah,
something that just did pop up that we could do pretty soon, relatively soon. Over-unders just came out full circle. So we're back to
1 year post.
Yeah, it took us a whole year to get the payoff for a bet we made last year. But yeah, full circle. So yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we
Over-unders.
can do some over-unders. Maybe,
I'm into that.
Maybe make a couple more bets that hopefully I will not be losing this time.
Yeah, we can put a couple out there too.
I think there was some other stuff that came out. Oh yeah, like MVP odds. Yeah, there's some fun stuff to kick around a little bit.
Yeah, and we got a fun segment that we can tease now that we didn't get to today was most attractive lineup in the NBA.
Yeah.
Physically attractive lineup.
I don't know if this is going to be a full-fledged segment, but
I could make it into a segment.
Oh boy. We've already done a lot on attractiveness. I remember what. Oh yeah, that was based on our mailbag. Yeah.
Dude, we could do some Q&A.
We should. Okay, we should do another mailbag too sometime. Please, if you're listening to this, wow, that sounds really desperate. Please, send us some questions.
What's the email?
Email us at 2for1timberwolves@gmail.com. It's the number 2, the letters FOR, the number 1, and then timberwolves@gmail.com. And we will gladly answer your questions. We've done one mailbag so far. Not all questions were basketball related, but we still did our best to answer them. So whatever you got, throw it out there, and we'll try and get to it.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to part 2, side B of this 2-part podcast, and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.